Welcome everybody to another Train Sim World 2 map service. We're going to do West Somerset Railway today to finish up our UK route Tuesday. So we're going to get in here and get the Class 9 set up for some passenger service on this Heritage Railway. You know what? We'll do a summer foggy day, what the heck. Just to make it a little bit interesting. And we're going to do the 15:15 service. Limited stops. Hopefully everybody's doing well on this Tuesday afternoon, evening time, whichever it may be in your part of the world. Currently, the Dovetail Games is talking about the upcoming release next week. They've updated the roadmap. Some things have moved into the upcoming section, so that will be... those are all things that will be coming out next week when Southeastern High Speed comes out on the 4th of February. They are working still currently on some of the fixes for Southeastern High Speed. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good... We're going to get the reverser on. We're going to get our master switches on. And we don't have to open up the doors. We are just going to get going. Get the brakes released here. So we're starting off here. And then we will... Our first stop is going to be right there. So as soon as we get there, we'll get the doors open and all that. And along the way, we'll kind of use the camera to somewhat cheat. Now we don't have any safety systems to turn on here. I've looked for them before, but we're not going to worry about that. There's our passenger cars here right behind us. There's 4 of them. Throttle a little bit here and get going. Turn those marker lights on. Oh, they turn on over here. Throttle just a bit. Turn the lights on. There we go. So yeah, this is a Heritage Railway here in Britain. So it's kind of a historic railroad. Pretty cool. I was thinking earlier today after I did my streaming there on East Valley Line, I totally forgot. There is a train museum, roundhouse museum at in Savannah. It's pretty small. It was there for quite a long time, or it was useful for many years. So the Historic Society there in Savannah has been able to save it. So they you can walk around the property there, and then they also offer rides on their locomotive. I'm not sure how far out it goes. If they even offer the rides anymore. It's basically the locomotive and a very small standing passenger area, I think. So I don't think they go very far off the property and back, and then you can actually they do it, the turntable is working. You can watch them swing the locomotive around to be reset for the next passenger service, which is pretty cool. The turntable there in the Spencer, North Carolina museum is also operable. So I don't know how often they do demonstrations for it, but I know whenever they've had, the one year I went there for the Streamline Festival, they pull locomotives out and then move the trains to different locations to be showcased or whatever. So yeah, kind of a neat thing. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Savannah as well, I highly recommend. I lived there for 7 years. Really neat town. A lot of things that would normally be kind of destroyed, I think, or just demolished to make room for newer things. The Savannah College of Art and Design has saved a lot of the old buildings and have used them for offices for the school, classrooms and everything. So there's a lot of historic areas that have been preserved thanks to the College of Art and Design. So they're very big about keeping things as accurate as possible. If you live in the historic district, for instance, not to talk about our route, but in Savannah, the historic district, if you live there, you cannot paint your house except for the colors that are approved by the Historic Society. So you can't just go out there and paint a house purple or anything. There's only a certain number of colors that are approved. Any additions has to be approved by the society. So just know that if you ever bought property there, you're kind of stuck unless it's approved by the Historic Society. They prefer to keep everything as accurate as possible. The cool thing there was that they do have some of the old, a lot of the houses are preserved and all that, so you can tour some of the more well-known houses in there and all that. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Savannah, I highly recommend if you're ever able to get over there, spend a couple days there. You won't be disappointed, I don't think. But anyway, so we're going to do this service, and that'll wrap up our UK route Tuesday, and then tomorrow morning we'll be on rapid transit in the morning, and then we'll do Ruhr-Signord in the evening for our evening service. I'm going to try to get rapid transit done a little bit early in the morning, maybe about 6 or so. I've got an appointment at 10 o'clock with an academic advisor, so I don't want to be late for that. So I like to get the service in so I have time to be ready for that appointment later on in the morning. Get that knocked out, and then back in the later in the afternoon or almost evening time for Ruhr-Signord. We'll do some freight service on Ruhr-Signord. Anyway, so yeah, everything looks like it's all systems are go for the Southeastern high-speed release next week, despite some things that they're working through. I'm sure between now and the 4th, they're going to be working tirelessly to make sure that the release goes as smoothly as possible. So that'll be good, and then we'll be featuring that, and then following week, of course, I start university, and we'll see how my schedule allows. I'll still try to get up in the morning, because I think my classes don't start till much later in the morning, like 10 or 11, but I'll try to get a little bit of streaming done in the morning, and we'll go from there. So, yeah. And I think for Thursday, we'll do a couple more German routes. We'll do we'll do the Schnellfahrstrecke Cologne, and then we'll do passenger service in the morning on that. We'll do Rhine-Ruhr Austin in the evening. Some freight service on that. So, yeah. Then Friday we'll wrap up the week with LGV Mediterranean in the morning, and then we'll do some switching services up there at Oakville Subdivision in the evening, and then Friday we'll talk about Saturday. So that's how we'll finish off the week. I greatly appreciate my viewers, my one viewer. I'm guessing it's somebody who keeps coming back. So I'm hoping this is entertaining enough for you. Hopefully this you may be encouraged to buy the game yourself. So, and this is a nice relaxing service. This is not fast, so yeah, no, you're not going to get 80-mile-an-hour services or anything crazy like that. It's just a nice that was one of the major complaints about this route when it came out. When I thought about buying it when it was part of Train Sim World 2020, the big complaint was, why are you releasing a service that only goes this fast? So yeah, like, people can't just appreciate that this is a nice relaxing sort of thing, of course you want to be on time, but it doesn't always work out that way. Just come in, have some fun with it, don't worry about it too much. But yeah, it's a nice, doesn't seem like it takes very long. Well, it does, only because you're kind of limited on your speed, but other than that, it flows pretty well. Not a big deal. So yeah. Now, the other thing that Dovetail Games has hinted at, they're talking about doing, is adding steam locomotives to the console version of the game. We don't know, they haven't really talked much more about it other than they're trying to figure out how to make that all work. I think in the PC version of the game, they do have steam locomotives, but they have not been brought over to the console game yet. But they're working on trying to figure out how to make that work. And speaking of steam locomotives, I saw a video recently. Union Pacific's been doing updates on the kind of like a I don't want to call it restructuring, but they're kind of reworking one of the old big boy locomotives, which was one of the kind of a famous locomotive here in America that Union Pacific used for freight service, passenger service. And they are taking out the coal burning stove and fitting it with oil burning. So yeah, it was a really kind of a neat, I think about a 8-minute or so video about how all of that's working. They show the inside of the boiler, how they're making this oil burning system. It's really neat. So if you go on YouTube and just click UP 4041, I think it is, or just search it, yeah, really neat rundown on how they're changing it up. It's supposed to be, of course, better, easier to burn the oil instead of coal. And they talked about how if you have more smoke coming out, and I never knew this was kind of neat, you have more smoke coming out of the smokestack if you're burning oil, that means you're wasting fuel, and they don't want to do that, so they're fine-tuning everything constantly to make sure that they're using the fuel with as efficiently as possible. So yeah, pretty neat. So if you get on YouTube, check that out, or even just Google it, it should bring you up some videos that Union Pacific themselves are producing. So yeah, check that out definitely. All right, 7/10 of a mile away from our Crocombe Heath field. Wow, that's a interesting name for an area. So that's our first stop along the way, and we get our passengers, let some folks off, and let some folks on, and we'll be on our way. I'm going to keep the throttle on almost as long as possible, so we don't. I mean, we should be okay on time. We got like just under 5 minutes, so yeah, we should be okay. But we're just going to try to keep that our momentum going up this 1.2% grade. Yeah, definitely not a very flat route here. It's pretty hilly, but it does challenge you to kind of keep an eye on the throttle and the brakes. So yeah, we'll make that all work out in the end. So yeah, it's a pretty basic locomotive. Logo there, the route or the logo for the West Somerset Railway. Really neat cars, I think. Oh, the fuel gauge right there. Neat. Anyway, all right, we're gonna come off the throttle here because we should be able to kind of just about close to, we don't want to go past that stop marker and hit that red light. Keep an eye on that. We'll use the, call it the drone cam. So we'll keep an eye on their speed coming in. Here's one of the other locomotives on the railway. Yeah, so I think there's like 5 or 6 different locomotives. This one, obviously, there's more passenger coaches on this one. A little bit more powerful locomotives, so it can haul more passenger service cars. Yeah, we should be right about. We're going to be early either way, but we don't want to go past that one there. Woo, close. All right, doors are unlocked. Oh, we were kind of stuck there for a second. So yeah, these are the old slam doors, as they call them. Now this is kind of weird. When the door closes, the window goes up. You open it, and the window goes down. Kind of a weird situation, but anyway, so the other train's now leaving the area. So because there parts of this line, there's only one track. So yeah, neat little station here. We got tickets, and there's bathrooms, of course, and They usually have some kind of a little snack stand or whatever. We'll just keep the doors open. We got a few minutes. I think this is an old, signal box office there. It's unfortunate that we can't go up there and take a look at it or anything, but yeah. And some nice benches with the flowers and everything here. Kind of a nice little village area, it looks like here. Some houses and a little maintenance yard and all that. Little old signals here that are still usable. So yeah, for the red, this this moves down, and red covers this for the stop, and then once you stop, it releases and moves up to the green signal. Although that kind of looks blue. Right there, it almost looks like it's a yellow. Interesting. Huh, okay. Yeah, just a neat little route, I think. Again, it's not for everybody. I didn't pick this up until much later and found it quite enjoyable to kind of add into the route rotation, so to speak. Or just, you know, when you're tired of doing fast passenger service and whatnot, you know, this is a nice, just relaxing sort of thing. So, I think, or I thought, was it over? Maybe I'm thinking the Isle of Wight. They had like ice cream thing. So this one, of course, the jobs are usually you have your route maps and posters and whatnot to put up. But not, for whatever reason, the weird thing is not always do every station have things to do. Like some of it will be very, you know, make one or two things and then, oh, let's get the doors locked, get the brake off. Alright, let's get back up here and get in the cab. Alright, so Wilton is our next stop, which is right there. Williton, not Wilton, Williton. The brakes will release. Now, yeah, these windows don't open. There's only on this window. The one on the other side by our second operator opens. Got our gauges here, our speedometer, our amps. Some other, you know, basic, just very basic sort of locomotive here. We're starting to go downhill. We're just going to cut the throttle and just kind of coast a little bit. So we're Williton, and then Watchet is our next stop after that. Straight air brake on. We don't want to use the whole the other brake, so. Apologize if my voice is a little bit off today. I had a bit of a little frog in my throat, itch, scratch, whatever you want to call it. So I've had to make some hot tea for some relief for that today. So yeah, my throat's been bothering me a little bit today since early this morning. So apologize if haven't been up to 100%. Got my hot tea next to me, so I'm taking a drink every once in a while to kind of help out with that. Hopefully I'm not coming down with anything, although it's been pretty cold again. We've had, I wouldn't say significant snowfall again today, just another dusting, maybe an inch or not even an inch, probably half an inch of snow, if even that. Just a minor inconvenience. Anyway. Yeah, nice kind of little rolling countryside through here. Sometimes you might see some cows out here in the pastures. Safety door. Yep, there's a marker on the back there, the tail lamp. Kind of a cool little touch, although I would have thought they would have put the, one on each side there. So these are steam heated, vacuum braked. 63 feet, 5 inches long, 9 feet tall, and 9 feet, 3-inch wide. Is how that's all set up. It's 9 wide and 9.9 feet, 3 inches tall. But either way, yeah, so it's got the little markings and information there. 33 tons in weight. Yeah, they have these in this cream and brown, or yellow and brown, and also this is more of the yellow. This is like a cream and red livery. Of course, I think this was for like for mail services. You could put the mail in here, and it was locked up until it was delivered. You had a guard room right over there. Had a handbrake and everything. A little stove or a little heater in there, it looks like. So yeah, you have that, but the rest of it's all pretty much standard passenger area. Looks like this one might have some bathroom areas here on the train. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. Oh, it looks like I got something like that. Looks like I got a award for. Yeah, I think it's got a neat little paint job. Kind of that British green. That, of course, is. Aston Martin famously put British green on the map for many years. But it's got this nice contrasting red and yellow. You got the back here, it's got the red and yellow, or yellow and black stripes on the back here. And on the front you got the yellow and black contrasting into this door looking kind of thing. I'm not sure what that is. Can't never really open it. It's almost like I don't know if it's like I couldn't tell you what it is, but yeah. So, neat little locomotive. It's typically a switcher, but you can. One of the scenarios actually they press it into service for bringing passengers on the route. So you get connected to the passenger cabs and take it along the route there. So yeah, kind of a different thing. You know, you're not just stuck with one or two of the locomotives that came with the route initiative. But you can do switching services on here with this. You can break up the trains, and once they're done with their service for the day, you can kind of break everything up and park everything where they're supposed to go until the next day, sort of thing. Yeah, lots of neat stuff here, I think. And, I just like the countryside here, a nice relaxing trip. And of course with that summer fog, it just kind of gives that nice cool feeling. Maybe on a summer day the fog will clear and the temperatures will go up, kind of a thing. So, or in this case, it's towards the afternoon, maybe the fog's kind of rolled in and kind of dropped the temperature a little bit. People are ready to head home after their time on the Heritage Railway here. So it looks like we're making really great time. It looks like we're going to have to slow down right about the time we get into Williton. Just before we're going to have to drop down 15 miles an hour. We'll just kind of cruise right on into the station there. So yeah, we're going to go right there. So there's a little bit of a yard here as well. Got the refueling point right here too. Some switches, and this is like there's a maintenance building there, small one. The tracks run through it, although the doors are closed. You don't never see those open, but yeah, kind of a neat little area. We'll take a look at all that, get in there. Yeah, it looks like we're making really good time. Sunday for sure. I don't know what I'm going to do yet for Saturday. Sunday for sure, I'm going to do another double route Sunday. We'll do 2 routes in the morning and 2 routes later in the day. Kind of mix things up a little bit, just to have some fun on Sunday. Do some freight. Maybe we'll do freight in the morning, just do nothing but freight in the morning, and then passenger in the evening, or vice versa. Just something different. Hopefully that kind of keeps things mixed up a little bit and fresh, so to speak. I have to say, had some really good shrimp and oyster sauce from the restaurant across the street from where I live. Really delicious. Had that with some white rice, and yeah, really good late lunch, almost early dinner. They were closed, unfortunately, for a good part of last year. The pandemic only reopened, I think, the last few months of 2020. So it's a family-owned restaurant, husband and his wife. And, so I try to get over there every once in a while and get some good food from them. But yeah, really, oh man, I needed that. Quite delicious. The shrimp was just phenomenal. Just leading off a little bit more speed still. If it goes uphill now or downhill from here. And then once we get closer to Minehead, our final destination. I'll show you. They do have a you could park the locomotive on the turntable and turn it around, sort of thing. That's one of the neat little scenarios you can do on this route. Yeah, all kinds of neat little stuff to do here. It's foggy afternoon here on West Somerset Railway. Nice haze over the trees and everything. Thought about doing it on with the rain and all that, but I thought, no, that doesn't seem very legit. How many people would be wanting to ride the Heritage Railway when it's pouring down rain? So this would be a nice chilled way to do our service for today. You're not given, there's a hot plate over there, but you can't turn it on. Looks like there's a spot for maybe a kettle or something for some tea, coffee, whichever one you prefer the most. Yeah, but there's not much to this cab or anything. It's not like a lot of this stuff lifts up and you can check out other bits there of the locomotive or whatever. We are going to be way early. I was looking at the time along. I thought we were going to be just like a few minutes in from making our destination here. Yeah, look at that. We got like 11 minutes or almost 10 minutes now. And yeah, we're going to be parked there for a little bit. But that's okay. We'll pop out. We'll go in the take a look inside the passenger cabs. I'll show you that mail area that they use for mail services on this route. Let's see, did that change as soon as we passed? Yep. Nope, it did. I think it will when we get to the very last car. Let's see if it changes. Yeah, look at that. It just moved. We're going to be stuck at this station for a bit of time, but that's okay. We can get out and take a look around. Check out those passenger cabs. And this window back up. Or passenger cars, I should say, not cabs. But I think a couple of other British railways has cars like that for newspapers, mail, stuff like that. Kind of a neat thing. So you're not just always hauling passengers or freight or, mail, of course, is an important thing. And for many years, that's how mail got delivered in most parts of the world, certainly here in the U.S. Little fast here. This is going to be the tricky part. We're going to have to come off of this brake and then get on the other brake. Start slowing down because we got another red light up here. Contend with. We don't want to go through that either. Stopping a little short. Yep. Alright, that's okay. Get the doors unlocked. Alright, we're gonna go out this door over here. Let's see, that one was way. We've got quite a bit of time. Oh, they opened it up. So yeah, here's the mail area, and there's like the guard shack here. We'll go in here and take a look. So it's got its own. Oh, we'll turn the lights on too. So yeah, all that. Got a seat we can sit in, and a handbrake. And all this area here. And go right into the cab here for the passengers. Got these little tables. You know, you could eat a little lunch or whatever here while you're on the train. And then go here towards the back. And I think, yeah, these are kind of like toilets here, I believe, or loos for those of you in the UK or in Europe. Yeah, little station here. Got sparkling drinks and fruit squashes. Not sure what a fruit squash is. But, you know, little signs for all kinds of stuff here. And then I think one of the things I'm positive. So they had buckets for the, like the stuff for fires. It's in one of the things you could pick up as a collectible. But here's that area. There's a maintenance shed there for the trains. Another one down there. Of course, our refueling point right here. And then looks like this goes inside here for maybe storage or something. Maintenance. Oh yeah, here's one of the posters that you have to get for a collectible. West Somerset. Let's see if we can go on the other side. We'll go take the stairs here and go to the other side. Oop. I guess we can't do that. If we do that, we give up the service, so sorry. Yeah, neat little buildings. Just all kinds of stuff to check out. And again, if you don't feel like driving, you can always just hop, you know, spawn in at a station, wait for a train to arrive, and you just go ahead and sit down and wait to go. And there's more toilets here. Other switches that we don't get to really have to worry about or whatever. Yeah, of course, no smoking. You can open the. Oh. I thought you could maybe open the window. Looks like there's like something to open the window there, or some kind of thing. Little shelves for bags or whatever. Close that door back. Yeah, there's some really nice wood paneling there. So this is the Williton Diesel Depot. That's what this is. Let's take a look around the locomotive here from the front. Yeah, the marker lights aren't really too bright. You know, of course, I think it's just on to be on. Let's get back here and sit down, wait for things to go. Give everybody a toot of the horn, let them know we're getting ready to depart here shortly. I don't thought they would have it, because there's the, looks like that's the fuel gauge. Just under 500 gallons, it looks like. But it doesn't look like there's a place to actually put the fuel in, like a little cap or something. I would think if there's a fuel gauge, that means we would be able to refuel it, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, they got the leaf springs. Look at, I mean, just the amount of detail. I mean, it's not like, you know, 100% detail, you know, every little nut and bolt, but for the most part, I mean, it's really, they do a really good job with the amount of detail that they provide in the game for the locomotives and all that. So, all right, I don't think anybody else is getting on. This guy's standing with his arms folded like he's not happy with us. Doesn't seem like a very satisfied customer. Oh well. You can go to the complaint department, I suppose. Yeah, but here on the other side, we'll look at that real quick because we got the camera here. So yeah, little bits there. Oh, there's one of those fire pails with the sand or whatever to put out a fire. Bit of a switch there, or some kind of a warning system for the train going this direction here. But the other one should have, I didn't think to watch it, but when we pulled in, but I think it was red and then it went green as soon as we stopped. But we had a little bit more room, but we didn't we're not like off the back of the stop here. Now the interesting thing is, and so these are the lights on inside, and it goes through the roof of the of the thing here for whatever reason. All right, let's get the doors shut. We should be getting ready to depart here shortly. Get the brake off. Get that draining the air. Okay, anyway. Okay, off we go. Only 1.3 miles to Watchet, which should be, yep, right there. And then after that, we stop off at Blue Anchor, which is just a little bit further up the road from Watchet. Looks like. So, yeah, making good. We're not running late, although I think towards the end, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, but we will be probably late getting into Minehead, yeah. I said Maidenhead. yeah, this is interesting. We go up to 25 and drop right back down to 15 for some reason, but that's okay. We'll use our straight air brake to kind of bleed off just a bit of that speed. It looks like we do start to go downhill a little bit more. Speed will pick up a bit. We don't want to go faster than 18. And of course, right away we start going uphill. Yeah, that's the thing about this route. It's a bit up and down. You just never know what you're going to get. Of course, I've run this a few times already, this route, to kind of get a feel for it. Towards the beginning of the year, I've done some services and did the scenarios to get those completed. So yeah, this is our stop there. It's another single. We're on a single track again situation. So. If there's another service trying to come south, they're going to be a bit out of luck until we get to a spot where we can stop, and there's a couple tracks, and then the service can go around or whatever. It's almost like a roller coaster, just not as fast. I see, because we're going through this little station area here. Donnerford. So that's why we have to go slow through there. Yeah, this is going to take over an hour. I think over there. Oh yeah, we're right near the coast there. Kind of can see the water there, it looks like maybe. Hard to tell. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a beach side here somewhere. That might have been it by Donnerford. Further down to 10 miles an hour to go into watch it. Yeah, there's a seaside area right over there. Remember these little campers. Picnic area over there. Couple people in town with their cars for a vacation. Got this nice clack of the wheels over the tracks there. Little seaside town. just about 10 miles an hour here. Try not to speed up. There we go. Ten and 10 again. That seemed kind of pointless to give me a 10 and then right after that another 10. Alright. So this time we don't have a red light for whatever reason, which is kind of odd. So yeah, we got a nice little town here in Quachet. Parking lot here is for folks who are wanting to do a tour here on the Heritage Railway. So we're going to try to nail that stop. We're going to get here just in time. We won't have too long of a wait. Doors unlocked. We'll even be here for a minute. Yeah, neat little seaside kind of a town. Looks like one of the local churches here. Yeah, kind of a neat situation, I think. Well, that's weird. Oh, it's still on. Okay. Well, as soon as the passengers get on board and disembark, whatever they're gonna do, be on our way. I thought I'm gonna pop on there, but I guess not. He's just gonna stand there and look. Thought we were gonna get some more. Alright, there we go. Get the brakes released. We'll be on our way. Get the throttle on and get going here. Oh, there was a boat museum there. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense since it's a seaside town. Alright, Blue Anchor, 3.1 miles away. Get up this hill here. There. We're going to pass this little area here. Like a storage siding, it looks like. Houses, little backyard there. Not like earlier in Tees Valley Line, people hanging up their laundry out in the, out in the snow. Ice sheets back. dry outside. Little road there, overpass going into that little village there. So. Out. That's a 25-mile-an-hour signal here. Oh, and then we'll go right back down to it. So let's cut the throttle and kind of let it coast a bit. Let's see what happens. There it goes. Can't get a stable speed limit here. It seems like. Oh, that's okay. That's just the way it is. Back uphill now. Excuse me. Speed here. Certainly not the most powerful locomotive we have. It does pretty good for this route. Back up to 25 again. That didn't make any sense why it went slow and then sped back up. I slowed down by 20 and back up to 25. Oh well. It is. The hard part is once you drop speed, it's not powerful enough really if it flattens back up some of the speed again, but we're kind of at the mercy of the terrain, I guess. So from Blue Anchor we are going to go to our last stop, Minehead. So yeah, there we go. Which is all the way. So we're stopping here. Minehead is right there. This is our final destination. The turntable is right. It's right here somewhere. Yeah, maybe it's right off of this part, but it doesn't show it like accurately on the map. But yeah, there's one there. We'll take a look at it when we get into Minehead. We'll try to go slowly and kind of have a look around. So yeah, this will be probably just over an hour journey. Hour service. We're already at an hour 6, so it should be probably maybe about an hour 30, maybe just under an hour 30, give or take. But we'll definitely be done before 2 hours. apologetic emails to a different academic advisor, I guess, who's supposed to be helping me. But anyway, it's a whole get into all that. So yeah, I just got a kind of a not an angry email, but a rather to the point. I guess in military terms, it'd be like a minor dressing down for not contacting the correct academic advisor. But that's university for you, I guess. Anyway, it's all good. It happens. Anyway, so yeah, we're just about 2 miles out from Blue Anchor. We're still kind of going up that hill. We've lost a little bit of speed, but that's all right. We'll get there. We've got like 11 minutes to cover 2.1 miles, so I think we'll be okay. And then just past that, our speed drops to 10. There's a yellow on the other side, so hopefully we won't have to contend with red signal anymore. Look here. Oh, there's the yellow. Okay. So there's a little station here. Yep. Oh no, this is there's that storage area I was talking about earlier. There's that. Yeah. So we got some sheds there. Oh, we do have a station here. Washford, there it is. Washford, home of the Dorset, Somerset. Oh, Railway Trust Museum and Lodge. Okay, we got the workshop. That's what's going on. All right, so we're going back downhill again. So yeah, I forget, this is a limited stop service, so we won't be stopping everywhere along the route like we normally would. Oops. Use the straightener there because it's a little easier to control. It doesn't take long to let the air pressure out. Full service here and get back under control of our speed. And now all of a sudden, because it seemed before that 10-mile-an-hour speed limit was on the other side of stop, now it's saying we have it before. Yeah, sometimes there's a little quirky hiccups with the where everything is on the map, the markers and all that, so we'll farm there. House. For those who are watching, who will end up watching this on YouTube later on, once I get everything downloaded and moved over there, I have posted a link to my Flickr account. Lots of car pictures because I'm quite a car nut, but also pictures from the museum there in Union, Illinois. I think I posted some pictures from the Golden Spike Visitor Center there in Nebraska. Yeah, I think it was Nebraska, North Dakota. One of those. Anyway, You can check those out. I also have some pictures from the Roundhouse Museum at in Savannah and the Spencer, North Carolina workshop. There, part of that is from the. There's some pictures from the Streamliner festival that they had back in the mid 2000s or 2010s. I think I went there 2013 for the Streamliner, either 13 or 14, something like that. But anyway, yeah, go check that out if you want pictures. Just I've got about 7,000 something pictures posted on there. So yeah, lots of car stuff, some travel kind of stuff, some stuff around Savannah, San Francisco. Oh, I do have pictures of the historic F line in San Francisco, the different interurban cars that they have from. I think they've got stuff from like Ohio, Chicago, Los Angeles. I think they even have a couple from Italy. So yeah, just if you want to check those out, you're more than welcome to. All kinds of different stuff. So if I can find a good spot to take pictures from for some of the Norfolk Southern freight services that run through, I'll definitely do some of those. I just have to find a good spot to watch from and know when they're coming, which direction they're coming from, and all that. So I try to look for any kind of a map that suggests where their traffic, which way they're coming from and all that. Not been able to find anything. Driven at 100 miles, yay. Yeah, if you feel if you want to go check those out, more than welcome to. Just something I do. In fact, I think the last stuff I posted was pictures from my photography class I took last year online. We had different assignments, and it was not as easy as I thought it would be, trying to do everything online. Certainly during the pandemic, trying to get assignments done was a bit challenging. So anyway, yeah, if you want to have a look at those as well, you're more than welcome to. I think all my photos, as far as I can remember, are all visible. Nothing's hidden that I can think of. Split off the brake here. And let me get back on the throttle a bit. Catch up a little bit here. But I think we'll be okay on time. It's just going to be getting into Minehead. I almost said Maidenhead. Minehead. That's the one that we might be late on. Oh, that one switched to red for whatever reason. I wonder if there's another train. Yep, there's another train pulling in just as we're pulling in. So, yeah, perfect timing. tickle anybody's ears. Let's try to get this released just a bit. We stopped a little bit short, that's quite alright. Right, get the doors open. We're not hanging, yeah, all the passenger cars are able to fit. So, yeah, it worked out really well. As soon as everybody's on board and we can close the doors, we'll be on our way. Appreciate you joining me for this journey. Something unique, something a little different here on the Train Sim World 2. Alright. Doors shut. We slowly start to bleed the brakes off here. So that once we get the green light, or we're able to timely. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna move on. Look at that. 47 boarding passenger boarding task completed. Yay. So then the other train will probably they're already on their way south. There we go. They're moving, we're moving. So 3.3 miles to Minehead. Goes 10 and then we're oh well. We are all the way down yonder. We got a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. Oh, now it goes up to 10. Watch now, if I'm not mistaken, we'll go 10, and then just past that 10, it will be 5. If I'm not mistaken. We'll see if I'm right. I guess the game's going to make a bit of a liar out of me. We're just under 10 minutes away from an hour and a half. I thought we would have been done before that, but apparently not. That's okay. Is what it is. I didn't notice this before either. The light goes all the way down here to the undercarriage. Now that is weird. Not only does it go through the roof, but it goes to the undercarriage as well. Check that out. It almost makes that whatever that is like white hot. It's just smoldering. Crazy. Anyway, alright. Try to get out of the habit of riding on top of the locomotive here with the camera. That was one of my bad habits I kind of developed in this game. But it is kind of neat, you know, on a route like this, I think, too. Now, it used to be, I think I talked about this the other day, tunnels you could ride through outside of the cab of the locomotive. They've done away with that. Temporarily, I mean, you can change it so you can still do that. You can change the settings of the either immersive or classic. I've kind of gotten used to the immersive way of doing things, although it doesn't always work out well for me, because I always like to have that ability to come outside and kind of sit here at the front of the locomotive, for instance, when I'm going into a station, and watch my braking and everything. But of course, that's not realistic. So I've been trying to use this as much, do it in the cab as much as possible. Oh, we are getting ready to too long before we're at 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. Let's see, that's right. So there is a bit. No, that's just going in. That's just a bit down from. Yeah. So. Oh well. So yeah, we're gonna go. There's a passenger area in between here. We're gonna be on this side of it, stopping and letting our passengers off. So the platform will be to our right, and that will conclude our service. That bleeds off here between now and that 10-mile-an-hour marker. I know. I think most of the time, traditionally on most railroads, you have to slow down for switches. Certainly when we get into Minehead, we're going to be branching off here to the left. That's an automatic switch that's set for us, but we don't want to speed through those switches, obviously. If you go exceedingly fast, you're going to find yourself derailed, which some YouTubers that I watch have done that before. Not watching their speed, and just go pulling through that switch, and the train just goes right out the tracks, and that's it. Also, if you don't keep an eye on your switches going into certain yards, like some of it's automatic, the rest of it is not in some cases, so you have to be very cognizant. If you try to go through, it might derail you then as well if it's not set to the appropriate way. So yeah, that's a bit of a challenge as well. Yeah, 10, I was wrong. I thought it would go down to 5, but I think it does eventually. Nope. See? 10, 15, then back down to 5. That really doesn't make much sense. But anyway, that's just the way it goes. So, the tricky part here is when you start getting that slow. If you bleed off too much speed, you're essentially going to stop, and then you're going to have to get it rolling again. Of course, it helps that we're facing downhill, so that wouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just when you start going this slow, it's kind of really drags things on. But here's a little side maintenance area here. Maintenance shops and whatnot. And then it goes right back up to 25. Yeah, we might it'll be just over an hour and a half long, this trip. I thought we would have been under the hour and a half time frame, but oh well, it is what it is. No, I have to wonder, because I know I've lived in some areas. Savannah is certainly a very touristy kind of town. When I used to go to Laguna Seca for the races, the folks who live near the track. Now, I don't quite understand. When you buy a piece of property, I'm sure your realtor told you that there's a racetrack that is fairly busy throughout the year. But there were a lot of people who were unhappy with the amount of tourists that the people, driving on the streets and whatnot, a lot of extra traffic whenever there was a race in town. So I wonder how the people of West Somerset feel. Is it problematic for them to have visitors in the area? I mean, it certainly brings money to the area. People, if you have a restaurant, people may go there to eat, or if you have like a bed and breakfast or a hotel or some other kind of business, you never know when people may come in and spend money in your establishment. But I wonder how many people are a bit, it kind of wears them out after a while. And that was one of the big arguments about when they had the street race there in San Jose for Champ Car. There were some business owners who were not, for whatever reason, it boggles my mind, they were not happy with that idea of having, thousands and thousands of people. I would think as a business owner you would want, certainly as many people visiting your establishment as possible, because that's revenue for you. If you're a waitress or waiter or serving staff, whatever, that's, you probably make a really good amount of money on tips during that time too. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Alright, we're going to get ready to slow back down here to 10 miles an hour as we go into Minehead. There. Yeah. So, just slowly making our way there. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else I can point out? Yeah, I really enjoyed this route. Thanks for coming along on this journey. Our one viewer who's pretty much been here from the time we started all the way there in Bishop Lydeard. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it somewhat close. All the way here to Minehead. So it's, even for our limited stop service, we did, a few stops that we did do along the way. Hopefully it was enjoyable and entertaining. Back in the morning, like I said, we'll hop on rapid transit with the tail end 2. I think there's quite a bit of stops along the way there, but we'll get all that done. We'll put the PZB and the SIFA on, so just to make things a little bit, get the blood flowing on Wednesday morning. And then in the afternoon we'll be back with nursing board, like I said, and we'll do a freight service on that line. And so, yeah. Closer and closer. Yeah, there's a little creek that runs by here. Another campsite. Another campsite it looks like. I don't know if those are like cabins or... I mean, they look very small. They're two apiece, there's two doors, so I can't imagine that they're very big. Yeah. We're gonna watch, as soon as this last car goes by, we're gonna watch that signal change again right there that we just passed a moment ago. We're good enough on the speed that we won't have to hit the brake, but let's see if I think this will change. Watch it again. Yep, there it goes. That was really good. Yeah, it's one thing I noticed about this. I was just kind of listening to the engine here. Below a certain speed, it has this very odd sound to it. I don't know if that's how it really sounds in real life, or if that's just a recording that they put in there to make it sound a certain way. I have no idea, but yeah. I'd certainly like to go visit this place in real life one day. I think it'd be kind of a neat experience. Try to get a spot there at maybe the tail end of the platform or something, do a bit of train spotting when stuff was coming in or leaving or whatever, get some pictures, and eventually actually hop on the train itself, ride down and back, and get some shots along the way of the scenery and all that. I think it'd be a pretty neat experience. It's on the bucket list of things to do one day. See, I figured it. We're pulling in here late. That's okay. I've not been able to figure out a way to make it here in time. Other than I would have to speed. Alright, we're gonna use the old drone method here. Try to get a little bit of speed back into the what this one does when we get past it here. There's a yellow. It should go red once this last car passes. So let's see if we're right about that. Yep. Here we go. Minehead signal box. The nice folks that just moved that signal when we passed it there. They work out of there. There's these signals up here. I don't know if these actually work. I would imagine they do, actually. I don't know. Maybe so. Yeah, there's some modern buildings over here. I don't know if these are offices or apartments or whatever. Maybe both, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a school, I have no idea. But anyway, so we're going to stop right here. That's okay. We're already late as it is, so I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Boy, that thing. Alright, anyway. Doors unlocked. So you can see the turntable right here. So looking at that, that's where that is right there. So there's that short spot. So right next to that is the turntable. That one right there. And here's the station. A neat little station. Oh, there's a lot of people coming off the train now. Now the weird thing is going to be, not everybody leaves the train, for whatever reason. You have some passengers that will sit there. Sometimes when you take trains to the storage yards, passengers will still be on the train. It's a very weird situation. Not sure why that is, but yeah. So anyway, as soon as we close the doors, that will be it. Voila. And there we go. So that will be it for our stream for the night. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow morning on Rapid Transit.